Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 9. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the roller coaster. So basically, yesterday we talked about setting up our visions, and then I'm going to today try and help you to understand how to make those visuals from your vision into a reality. And sometimes we stop halfway or a quarter of the way, and we get close, but we don't finish our goals. And so today I'm going to explain it using a roller coaster analogy. I call it the roller coaster to get done. And so we're going to go through the different phases and see how we make it to our goals, essentially. So like always, wrote down some notes. So here are the different phases of the coaster to make happen. So step 1 or phase 1. So, when you're on a roller coaster, you're on those tracks and you're ready to take off, you're ready to make things happen, you're all in. Usually at this phase, it's new and exciting. You're excited for the challenge. You're ready for it all. Kind of like on New Year's Day, like the sky's the limit. And you're like, yeah, I've got this. Or on day 1 of these videos for 31 Days of Change. You're still here, and that's rare, by the way. But basically, you see it as a challenge and change, and you're the 1%. So stay with it. Okay, so step 1, you're ready, pumped up, excited for the challenge. You think of that thing that you really, really want, that goal. You might have had this feeling happen to you before with another experience, and you're ready to make things happen and maybe dive right in. So phase 2 is the climb. Literally when you're on the roller coaster and it goes tick, 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 that part. So this is where you need the discipline and the effort, and you still have a little excitement to push forward. You're excited, you don't know what's to come, but you're ready for it. And then the dip happens, and that kind of dip at the end, way down at the bottom, and things are happening and we're going. And when you get to that very low point on the roller coaster, you're not sure if you're going to be able to go back up and keep going. So here's what happens at that bottom part of that phase. And this is phase 3. This is the most common phase, and this is usually where people stop. It usually ends for most people here. This is, the majority of people are not continuing because they're not the 1%. Everybody can't be the 1%. This is called being stuck in the mud. So here's what happens. There's challenges, so you have to keep that momentum going. There's criticism, self-doubt, which we talked about, fear of failure, fear of success, maybe. There's time. There's also the excuses and the monsters that we keep playing in our heads that are getting bigger and bigger and bigger in our mind. And here's what happens. You have 2 options. Option 1 at phase 3 is basically stay stuck, like accept defeat and accept those excuses as your reality. It doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun and what your future will look like when you stay stuck. We kind of talked about that in previous videos. The other option is to keep going. And you keep that momentum forging forward. And the only way to keep that momentum forging forward is just by doing stuff. It may not be the right stuff, but you're still doing it. And you're doing all the things and you're showing up just like you are today, right? So you're either going to stay stuck or keep going. And then we head into step or stage 5, whichever you prefer. So there's going to be a loop. I don't like loops. None of us do, quite frankly. But here's the thing. When you think you're past stuck in the mud, there's 4 more loops. Yeah, there's 4 more loops coming. Maybe more. Who knows? And, before you get to that finish line, you have to go through these loops. Something's going to throw you. There's going to be twists, turns, because no goal worth having will be perfect, will be a perfect journey. No goal worth having or worth pursuing will have that perfect journey to arrive at that destination. There will always be loops and corkscrews and turns that you don't expect. And you got to just roll with it because you're on the ride. You're on the ride of life, on the roller coaster. So after that loop, the way I think about it is you can't see the loops, but you can anticipate them. If I know the situation can happen in the pursuit of that goal, you kind of can anticipate what might be difficult, what challenges might come my way. Just try to anticipate them. I know it's hard. You may know there are challenges coming, but you won't know what they look like, or you may know they might be coming and not exactly what that is. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be challenging, but you're here for the ride. So then we move on to phase 6. Here's what happens when you don't stay stuck in the mud. You cross the finish line, you're at the top of the roller coaster, you made it, you did all the things, you achieved the goal. It's not the last phase though. Some people stop here. And if you've ever achieved something big in your life, and it's kind of a long time since you've achieved a big goal, you need to celebrate yourself. So that leads me into phase 7. How are you going to celebrate? Go through all the steps, and how are we going to celebrate? So in summary, here are all the phases of the roller coaster. Phase 1, what's the challenge? What's the current thing you're going after that you're so excited about? What's the goal? Pick something from your top 10 goals this month or your vision board. What is it? Phase 2, what is the daily discipline and effort that you need in order to go up that hill of the roller coaster? Phase 3, you go down and it's super fun and you're like, dang, I'm stuck in the mud. What is the mud? If you're in the mud right now, what's it look like? What's holding you back? Where are you stuck? Why are you stuck? What's happening? What could be the thing that gets you stuck now? Phase 4. What happens if you stay stuck? What does life look like? We kind of already wrote this out and talked about it in previous videos, but it's things like what our future looks like, those external factors controlling us, etc. Phase 5. What are some loops that you can anticipate in going towards this big goal of yours? And number 6, finish line date. When is this happening? Put a number to it. Put a year. Put a date. When is this roller coaster ending? And then how are you celebrating? That's number 7. This is the roller coaster of life, and getting your done, and write that out. Write all the steps and bonus points to those people that can associate this analogy with one of their own roller coasters and get after it. Because then you'll start seeing that you are the 1% and you get done. But if you look at it in this way, you know that you are just on a ride, and you stop labeling yourself as the person that is the failure. It's just the mud. It's just temporary. You decide if you stay stuck there or you keep going. Literally just part of the journey. So I hope that this analogy shed some light and helped you to realize how to get towards your end goal and your big goal that you have. I use my notes all the time. Otherwise, like I said, we'd be here all night because I love to chat. So if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. Other than that, have a good one and take care. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys.